Ciao a tutti ragazzi, benvenuti a questa... Scusatemi un attimo, faccio una piccola modifica. Eccoci qua. Facebook, Instagram, pardon, sta informando che siamo in diretta. Tanto buonasera, sono felicissimo di poter trasmettere direttamente dalla nostra scuola oggi The Garage. Eh, Ciao Gaso. Ehm, Eccoci, stiamo aspettando appunto che chi aveva piacere di seguire questa diretta di poter accedere. Oggi abbiamo un ospite d'eccezione in Rudzinskas, creatore di Cocktails for You. Questa diretta sarà sia in inglese che in italiano. E quindi dai, aspettiamo un attimino per poter dare la possibilità a coloro che volevano seguire questa diretta di poterlo fare. Nel frattempo vi chiedo di seguirci sui nostri social, sia qui su Instagram che su Facebook. La diretta sarà caricata sul nostro canale YouTube. Intanto, ok, aggiungo. Molto molto bene. Questa diretta sarà sia in inglese che in italiano. There he is.
Hey,
Legend, how are you, my friend?
I'm living a dream.
Fantastic. Okay, so I was just welcoming our guests this evening. Very,
Awesome.
very nice to be able to have a chat with you. I know you're a busy man, so it's always nice to be able to speak bartending with such an important figure like yourself in.
Sounds like a plan.
Excellent, excellent. I'm just going to introduce you in Italian first, and then we'll get going with some questions.
Yeah,
Take
awesome.
the time to be able to make yourself a drink.
Oh, 400% for sure.
Fantastic, fantastic. Quindi ragazzi, diamo il benvenuto ad Eddie Rudzinskas, meglio conosciuto come influencer del mondo dell'hospitality e il creatore di Cocktails for You, piattaforma forse più importante che c'è in circolazione oggi come oggi nel mondo della miscelazione. Cocktails for You vincente dei best social media account al Bartender Choice Awards sia nel 2019 che nel 2020. Eddie è uno delle persone più influenti del mondo della mensurazione nei top 100. Nella stessa categoria, nella stessa classifica, ci sono tantissimi pionieri del nostro settore, appunto, e gode di circa 2 milioni di followers tra Instagram e Facebook. Con lui.
Sorry.
How are you, first of all?
Oh, okay. I can hear you now. Actually,
Okay.
I feel better. I was feeling a bit shit last night. Don't know why. Don't know why shit happens. Definitely not Corona.
Fantastic.
I can smell things.
Excellent, excellent. It's always a good sign, right?
Oh.
What's the situation like in Ireland at the moment?
Huh?
What's the situation like in Ireland at the moment?
It's very strict. Situation in Ireland is shit. The bar's been closed for 7 months.
Yeah.
Everything's closed. Level 5 lockdown, and we're in the level 5 since after Christmas, and the numbers are not getting better. So
Right?
yeah, it's the highest. Yeah. So
Okay.
it's not getting any better. So they introduced the more stricter measures, more checkpoints and more things for non-essential travelers and etc.
Okay. Fantastic, fantastic. Coincidentally, I spent a bit of time myself in Ireland. Was in Dublin for a while, and one of my best friends lived in, which is unfortunately a little bit closer to you. So, okay.
Where is the drink?
Well, I'm actually on water today, buddy. I'm sorry.
For fuck's sake. Can someone press the end button?
Fantastic. No, I had a few last night.
Sure.
Ok. Ciao, e quindi ragazzi diamo appunto il benvenuto a Eddie. appunto ci sta spiegando che la situazione in Irlanda è molto molto seria, sono a livello 5, quindi hanno dei livelli diversi nel Regno Unito, a differenza di quello che sta succedendo qui in Italia. A livello 5 è il più serio, dove veramente non ci si può muovere per nessun motivo. So Eddie, we're going to get going with some questions if that's okay with you.
Yeah, sure, 100%.
First of all, when did you realize your passion for bartending?
I don't know. Did we really have a fucking passion? Okay. When did I realize I have a passion? I think the moment it turned into a full-time job,
Okay.
and I
Yeah.
start. I don't even know. It's a really tricky question when it turned to passion, because I remember when I was 17 and I was just going to that age from 17 to 18 and going working in a bar with alcohol being just a young age. That was a
Yeah.
shit call. That was a really shit call. And you know what I mean? And if you work behind the bar, you're sort of cool kid.
Yeah.
And that moment, if you're a good, cool kid, girls like you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Of
Yeah,
course.
you know what I mean? So that was a first introduction, I think. And I think that was a passion for, I think, all that fun and all I did. And I think the second thing, I think a passion came in when I start when I realize what is not it's not a side job anymore.
Yeah.
It's my full-time job. It's my living, and that's when I think turn the thing when I start growing with it and start checking the things what I want to do and how to make it better. And I think that was a realize when a passion, and I think rediscovering all the new techniques and new things and learning new things. That's what make me, I think, even more passionate about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Ok, I'm just going to translate this part. Quindi ho chiesto a Eddie appunto quando ha realizzato che avesse appunto questa grande passione per il bartending. Lui non è riuscito a darmi un periodo specifico, però fondamentalmente quando ho iniziato a fare questo lavoro a circa 17-18 anni, all'epoca sicuramente era molto ben visto avere un lavoro dietro un banco bar, no? Le ragazze comunque gli davano delle attenzioni. E sicuramente questa passione è cresciuta dal momento che non era più un extra, ma era un lavoro, un impiego appunto full time. Dopodiché questa passione è cresciuta dal momento che comunque ho iniziato a imparare cose nuove, che appunto hanno fatto in modo che questa cosa continuasse. Fantastic stuff. I think it's probably the same for most of us. I mean, I started bartending as a side job to begin with, and then when I realized it was something I wanted to do when I grew up, obviously, you know, it's one of those
Yeah,
things that
no, that's definitely a lot of people think as well. A lot of people think people start working because they didn't want to study behind a bar or something like that. But I think we know a lot of these things like a lot of bartenders, a lot of people, students started bar work as a side job while they were studying. And when they finished studying, got a degree, they never fucking left the bar. They actually stayed in the bar in the industry.
absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. I think arguably, you know, a few years ago, I remember used to being asked, you know, I'd say, you know, I'm a bartender, and they'd be like, okay, but what's your real job? It's like, no, I'm
Yeah.
actually a bartender, you know, and
No,
when
that's the for sure.
10, 12 hours behind the bar, you don't really have a lot of time to do anything else, to be
No,
honest.
I was a fun, like, you know what I mean? It's even the long hours and working behind a bar, like I still remember. Sometimes you have a tough one, sometimes you have a good one, somewhere we have the best. But I think I never doubt myself why I worked in the bar. I never doubted. I think I really think I have a more fun moments than anyone who didn't work behind the bar.
Absolutely, absolutely. No, I wouldn't change it for the world either. Absolutely, absolutely. Quindi stiamo appunto dicendo con Eddie il fatto della passione, e spesso e volentieri il nostro lavoro di lavorare appunto dietro il banco bar viene visto come un extra, no? Spesso penso che molti di noi abbiamo iniziato appunto così, dove appunto arrivare al momento dove magari si sta 10-12 ore dietro al banco bar non si ha tempo sicuramente per fare molto altro, assolutamente. Ok, so cocktails for you, okay? It's definitely, I mean, you were definitely a talented bartender before the whole sort of cocktails for you. Salvatore Calabrese, good evening, sir.
Good evening, Maestro.
The cocktails for you was definitely, you know, we'll talk a little bit about that afterwards. But how did the idea of cocktails for you come about? It's you know, it's kind of your sort of personal traveling bartending traveling blog, right? As I've always seen it. How did the idea come about to sort of start documenting your experiences?
Well, I think with the cocktails for you, it started as my personal blog, as
Mm-hmm.
I'd say not even a blog. I'd say as my personal diary, because when I was doing a bartending competitions and etc., I think that time was only Facebook started,
Mm-hmm.
and if you look at that time, the Facebook was very very personal.
Yeah.
It was not. It was just not like that. Facebook was just literally for my friends and family. There's no fucking strangers or people we don't know. You know what I mean? So that was a pretty much new, and because I was because when we started doing the cocktail competitions and go to events, I was meeting more and more people, but we weren't that close enough to be straight away friends. But you need a sort of some way to connect as well, and that's why I sort of started a Facebook page, Cocktails for You, where I literally put basically things I was doing, a competition I was entering, the cocktails I was making, it events I was going, a masterclass I was going, and it was just basically as my personal diary.
Mm-hmm.
And I think during the years it started growing and started getting a followership and a followingship and etc. And I think about maybe 2 3 years after, someone sent me a message and says, can you post my picture or on my Facebook page? And my first thing was, fuck no.
Yeah.
That's fucking my personal blog. It's nothing thing. But as you're working behind a bar, sometimes you work 30 hours, like 30 hours, sometimes you can work 80 hours a week, you know what I mean? And it's not every week you can post something. So
No.
I mean, it's not every week you take a picture of a cocktail, or it's not everything. So I realized like it was like a big gap when I was start slowing down in a busy time of the year periods. And the moment I says, you know what, I'm gonna try to post it. You know what I mean? And I just posted and then hit it, and the bartender says, "Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Like you helped to spread the word about my drink and this," and sort of realized, well, I never had a fucking mentor. You know what I mean? I never had a mentor. I live in a small town of 8,000 people, and I don't have any cool bartender or a cool cocktail bar we can learn everything. So my knowledge and everything, what I was digging was just the books and actually YouTube.
Yeah.
I
Absolutely.
remember like when before every social media, I think even before the thing videos, I've no idea if you've ever seen it. It was a bartender called Jamie Boudreau from
Okay.
Canyon Bar, and
Yeah.
he started like a YouTube channel fucking ages ago.
Yeah.
He was well ahead of it in that time, so I got a lot of inspiration from these sort of things and some of the books, and even Maestro Salvatore, and I have his books and things. You know what I mean? Looking at all these drinks and everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, and that's how it started growing, and after sharing with other bartenders and I think when the time came, it was just not only about me. It was just also about it was just basically I think it was sometime a moment with the cocktails where you grow up in a certain size was not anymore my diary. I
Uh-huh.
realized it's just not about me. It's actually about a people who's actually in the cocktails for you.
Assolutamente, assolutamente. Ok, quindi ragazzi, scusate, ci siamo dilungati un attimino, però è molto bello parlare con Eddie. Gli ho chiesto come è sviluppato l'idea di Cocktail Sphere. Lui ci sta raccontando appunto il fatto che inizialmente iniziò come un suo blog personale dove appunto aveva chiesto di raccontare le sue esperienze quando faceva appunto le cocktail competition, um, una maniera appunto di appunto documentare le sue esperienze personali. All'epoca Facebook era molto molto personale, ci sta raccontando appunto il fatto che comunque aveva soltanto amici molto intimi e parenti all'epoca. Dopodiché questa cosa iniziò a svilupparsi in qualcosa di un po' più grande, c'erano magari alcuni bartender che gli chiedevano di postare le proprie foto, e lui inizialmente era un po' contrario a questa cosa. Dopodiché, giustamente come dice, io non avevo mentori, nessuno mi ha insegnato a sviluppare questa cosa, seguiva personaggi come Jamie Boudreau, a differenza di Salvatore Calabrese, che è in onda qui con noi. Quindi è stata una cosa un po' graduale la sua. So I've been following you probably since the very beginning, I must admit. Tried to learn a lot from what you've posted, what you've done, which is fantastic, man. Keep it up.
Awesome.
So what did you ever think it would have the success that it is having and is still growing today?
Oh, honestly, never. I never thought it about it. I never thought it was a business because it always was my just a side hobby. What's actually turned into the fucking part-time job, and after turn into a full-time job, and after turn into unpaid job, and it was a lot of fun. I genuinely I learned a lot about from the Cocktails for You. It's like I know it's a personal blog, but I sort of learn more to communicate, to understand online language, to learn to have a sort of schedule. When you don't work for any business and you want it for yourself, and in the beginning, you need to learn a schedule to post it and this thing. You know what I mean? So even if you learn about that, so before the social media started and something, you know what I mean? Because I started so early, I already learned all the good habits, you know what I mean? Well ahead anyone else before it, and I was coming up with the ideas and the new things, and I had to work it out. I have to put it in a, like all the new ideas was coming up from the things what I want to see it, the things what I couldn't find it when I was a young bartender and the thing, because I still believe there's so many bartenders, like, you know what I mean? There are so many bartenders they don't know where to look. Like before, when the Cocktails for You started, there's nowhere to look for fucking, you know what I mean, education. There was nowhere
Absolutely.
to look. You have to find out how to look or where to book. And if you look now, the problem we have now, there's a fucking so much of a shit. Now we don't know how to separate what's good, what's bad, and what's correct and what's incorrect. So yeah, I never planned it. I never planned it. It turned into thing, and now after nearly 8, 9 years after, it's like it's paying back. Like, you know what I mean? I can't really complain. Yeah, I'm getting tired. Sometimes I lose the motivation, and sometimes I do this. Sometimes I don't want to see social fucking media at all. Sometimes I don't even want to taste or take pictures of the cocktails.
Yeah.
But you know, I mean, if I would say I like it everything every single day, I'll be fucking liar. Because if you're a bartender, we do really have a shit days. We do have a shit customers. We do have a good days, bad days, and that's the reality. And during a lot of things, I adopt. I have a low, high points things, but genuinely, I think it's I only taken out of it the positive stuff.
Okay. Okay. Good stuff. Ho chiesto a Eddie come, cioè, se pensava che avesse mai ricevuto il successo che ha avuto. Lui appunto ci sta raccontando che comunque è iniziato un po' come uno scherzo, anche perché pre-Cocktails View c'era veramente poco da cercare su internet. Poi si andava a vedere magari libri fisici e quindi si doveva studiare tantissimo per arrivare ad avere delle informazioni. Ovviamente Eddie ci sta raccontando che comunque lui inizialmente postava fondamentalmente le cose che gli interessavano a lui. Quindi di conseguenza cercava di trasformarlo in una cosa anche un po' formativa, anche perché cercare di separare oggi come oggi c'è veramente tantissimo su internet, cercare di separare il buono dal cattivo non è sempre semplice, perché sicuramente bisogna sempre verificare le fonti da cui andiamo ad ottenere le nostre informazioni, che possono essere ricette o fatti storici realmente avvenuti per quanto riguarda appunto la storia della miscelazione, assolutamente. We already have some questions coming up. I will promise you guys I will ask Eddie all the questions that I possibly can. I'm just going to keep going with mine for the time being. So you were definitely a trendsetter, Eddie. You know, you used a famous rapper once said, "I started this gangster shit," right? So how do you feel that, you know, after Cocktails for You boomed, you know, so many pages, so many realities, Facebook pages. I even started one of my own a few years ago, I must admit. How do you feel to have been, you know, the trendsetter for this phenom?
Well, there's a lot of shit going on. There's a lot of pages going on, and there's a lot of fun, and there's a lot of pages with actually amazing the content. But I don't know why. I actually respect a sort of. I have my own opinion in regards to all these pages, and you know what I mean, all this follower things and all this following the numbers and thing. But I always respect if I see the page with the 600 followers, right, and I see the bartender. You know, sometimes you open Instagram feed and you see like a 60 or 70 cocktails when a bartender or someone take a picture with his phone. They all look the fucking same. If you still do, I have so much fucking respect to it because that's how I started. I started exactly the same way. I did about 60 drink without thinking about any like, any follower, and you know what I mean. It's just like it happened. Like I had a hobby for photography, and I was willing to learn photography, and I started doing photography. And of course, and also I had always in my, in my head, always one thing. You know what I mean? It's just if you want to be successful at your, you know what I mean. We're always like this. How to explain it? I'm just putting the right words. It doesn't matter what work you do.
Yeah.
After 5 years, you're going to become good at it.
Yeah.
You're just going to become good at it. And another thing is, always think when the cocktails for you. I was trying to improve every day something incrementally, even it's the lightest, stupidest thing ever in a thing. I try to improve it. Even today, it's for me to run the Instagram channel. It's so fucking hard. A
Yeah,
lot of people think it's cocktails for you, but it's so hard because, like you say, like I remember, like 6 years ago, cocktail station every day or something like that. You put in a cocktail station every day, and it starts a separate line in the cocktails for you in a separate feed. 2 weeks after, 25 different fucking pages, same shit.
yeah.
Same shit, same content. Even I was talking with my friend owned the bar in Munich, and we talked over the phone and blah blah blah. So she sent me a picture of a bar station and fucking, you know what I mean, with the cocktails for you strainer, you know what I mean, and we posted. So, but it was still really really positive call. So, what do you think? Fucking after cocktails for you posted, and then about 25 fucking pages bar station every day. That bar. Right. Well, I don't mind. I never chase my content, whatever people steal on Instagram, because I really think if you want to chase the content on Instagram, it's a really, really a waste of time.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not a waste of time. I think if you spend amount of time to trying to prove an unwritten reports and try to get a credit on some picture, amount of time you're going to spend fighting, I think you could do 2 more pictures instead.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I don't
Quindi,
know. It's like it's so everything is so different and regards the media and the thing. But I'm sometimes surprised how I come up with the shit myself.
I knew you were one of those guys that didn't beat around the bush. You know, you tell it how it is. I
Oh
have a
no, yeah. I'm very straight. Sometimes I hate, but I'm fucking really straight. Like, you know what I mean? A lot of people, even the guy, you know what I mean? Even this is, well, I've said straight. That's me who I am. You know what I mean? The one thing is I can't be double faced. I can't. You know what I mean? Like it says, you with me is or you like me or you fucking hate me. It's like it's Eddie.
Ok, quindi ragazzi ho chiesto a Eddie quanto è importante cioè quanto è importante, quanto è significativo per lui essere stato un pochino il creatore di tutti questi trend che sicuramente si sono sviluppati negli ultimi anni. Sicuramente dopo Cocktails for You si sono create tantissime pagine, tantissime pagine sia su Facebook che su Instagram che in qualche maniera hanno voluto anche un pochino imitare il lavoro di Eddie. Lui dice, sinceramente mi fa molto piacere. Mi interessa anche poco perché comunque io ho sempre voluto continuare per la mia strada, anche perché spesso e volentieri dopo con il passare del tempo ci sono state anche delle persone che l'hanno copiato, non solo preso ispirazione, perché comunque ribadisco, Culture for You forse è stato uno dei primi a spargere la passione e l'amore che abbiamo per il nostro lavoro. I must admit, Eddie, I have a really pleasant memory of you and Daniel riding around on some sort of trike-looking thing at Bar Convent, Berlin a few years ago. I don't know if you
Oh,
remember.
that was Chase
Was it
Vodka.
Bar Convent?
Yeah, I think it was 3 years back in Berlin, and the Chase Vodka had a mini electric Jeep,
Yeah, yeah.
and I was listening to Prodigy, smack my bitch up, and
Yeah.
I was driving around. I was actually half pissed.
Wow, wow.
And the reason why I was half pissed, I had a night before such a fucking amazing night in Provocateur Hotel.
Okay, okay.
You never believe. I used to hate Berlin. I think Berlin was like a concrete jungle until the moment I went to the Provocateur Hotel.
No, I'm an avid fan of Bar Convent and of Berlin, I must admit. I've grown to appreciate over the last few years.
So
Absolutely.
it's, but I definitely remember that was one of the highlights. You take a little car and you drive like a thing, and everyone is looking at you, and I was so cool. You know what I mean? I wish I could fucking bring in one of these cars in every bar show. Do you
I
imagine?
must admit, when you two turned up, I thought, who the hell are these two crazy nutcases? And then I mean, I knew who you were, but we didn't know each other. So I think when I saw you, you turned up at the Monkey 47 kiosk. Okay, well, you're obviously going
Well, yeah,
around.
we no, no, I remember because every time we were stuffing, it was the owner of the monkey was Alex was always behind the Axel,
Yeah,
the global BA was always in, and the Bene. But every time we put the problem with the problem with the fucking BCB, it's so hard always to remember anything because if you if you know a lot of people in the industry, you sort of basically you're catching up on hello, 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 and you don't see actually so much shit what's going on.
yeah,
You know what I mean? You go to one stand to another stand, you go from another stand, you meet someone else, and it's in one drink, two drinks, three drinks, and you just like literally you realize it's a one day gone.
yeah, absolutely.
And next thing you
Absolutely.
go in the BCB is huge. It's like it's so huge. I would say like this. If I'm gonna go next year to fucking BCBs, I would probably would like to go with a big face mask. So
Yeah,
nobody can fucking recognize it. But the reason why I would like to go, I would like to go in and see the show because if you look, the show is so big. There's so many seminars, but there's the seminars are not always full, are not
yeah,
always hammered because it's so big. People get lost, or people just because I remember some. If you want to go from one end to very other end to go seminar, you have to ignore every single person you meet.
yeah, yeah, absolutely,
And if
absolutely.
you're gonna stop to say hello to every single person, you're gonna fucking, you know what I mean? You're just gonna.
Absolutely, absolutely. Quindi ragazzi mi è venuto di ricordare un piacevole ricordo che avevo di Eddie ad un bar convent di qualche anno fa, dove lui quella volta era in giro con una specie di quad.
Daniel, we're gonna answer your questions in a few minutes.
Yeah, yeah,
Sorry.
absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a question I wanted to do as well. Veramente un soggetto fantastico, quindi se avete la possibilità di trovarlo in giro per qualche fiera del settore, pandemia permettendo, veramente salutatelo perché è un personaggio fantastico. This is actually a question I wanted to ask you myself. Um, I, I realized that perhaps when you first started Cocktails for You, it was a one-man show. Am I
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, with obviously, I mean, you post or whoever does it for you posts whether it's photos, videos, recipes, etc., etc. Do you do this alone now, or do you have anybody collaborating with you? Other Daniel
Okay.
with you?
Yeah. But Danny was with me, and Danny left in March. Left the company in March,
Okay.
and so basically is behind the cocktails for you. I have two business consultants,
Mm-hmm.
which is a very reputable, and they're based in Hamburg. I have two
Okay.
business advisors who advise me regards to any business decision or anything like that. Of course, accountant, which is
Mm-hmm.
fucking very very important if you want to survive. And at this point, since regards to COVID, one man show. And reason why I can do one man show because I have so much time in my hands and no travels and something, etc., etc., etc. So at the minute is a one team behind, but I think once I'm coming back on the road, I think that's when the real struggle is going to come in, when I'm going to need more hands or something like that. So I decided when I started Cocktails for You, I always stick with the principles, no matter fucking what. If I had a doubt about the video or a cocktail or something, it have to match the principles. And the principles were simple. You know, I mean, by bartenders to bartenders. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sharing is caring. You know, entertain, educate, and inspire.
Yeah.
And I'm still follow these principles.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Which is nice for you to obviously even after having grown so much in the last few years, still to have the same principles is very.
Yeah,
Is,
so the idea is for once everything back in the road, and I'm gonna see what I'm gonna use and more traveling, etc. So instead of having another team member, I'll be outsourcing bartenders. So that's mean if I'm going in some particular country and I know a good friend or good bartender, or know a good talented bartender. If I go to Dubai, like I know a good friend of mine who works in Dubai, and looking to think, and he says, "Okay, I'm going to Dubai, and I need a bartender to do maybe a topic or do maybe a seminar." So next thing I can come up with him and pick up a topic, what they're going to speak, and do a guest shift with that bartender. If I go in Italy, I pick something. If I need a Spanish person, so basically, when I need another person, I'm going to try to get a bartender.
Do it
If
locally,
I
yeah.
if I'm going to need a photographer, well, I'm a photographer myself, but if I'm going to need a second-hand photographer or something to take with me in a gift, I'm going to look the other bartenders who photography doing photography,
Okay.
because we do have so many bartenders who do photography, music, videos, and something. So idea is to outsource other bartenders when I go on a travel, and but when they're going to travel with me, they will be able to promote themselves.
Yeah.
So they're going to work as a Cocktails for You umbrella. So if I'm doing a seminar, this example with Mario Ferrula, right? I'm doing an
Mhm.
example seminar with Mario Ferrula. So it's going to be seminar presented by seminar Cocktails for You seminar presented by Eddie Rudzinskas and Mario Ferrula. So it's not going to be, bartender is not going to be hidden under Cocktails for You name. It's going to be under Cocktails for You umbrella, but bartender will be representing thing. So, and how good is bartender going to represent himself? Of course, if anything goes negative or something, that's going to be a stone in my garden. But idea is my bartenders to bartenders, and sort of try to outsource other bartenders, like if for particular trips, for things that, so that's going to give a bit of more opportunity for people who don't travel at all, or see things. And I think that's a cool idea to try to build a community instead of, well, Cocktails for You is already a brand, but I always wanted to be is like a part of a community where is don't bring in much competition or something. I hate when people bitching and this or
Yeah.
this or this or this, but it'll be cool to be just a one sort of umbrella.
Mhm. Okay. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I think it's an awesome idea. Absolutely.
So, but again, time will show, and let's make another drink.
Ok, ragazzi, quindi ho chiesto a Eddie, perché è stata una domanda che è stata chiesta da uno dei nostri spettatori questa sera, il fatto se Coach Io appunto fosse un one man show. Lui ci sta spiegando che ha due consulenti e un commercialista, che ovviamente è imperativo se si vuole rimanere a galla, però fondamentalmente è un one man show. Per un periodo ha avuto un supporto da un altro bartender, Daniel, che però non lavora più con lui. Ha detto che comunque, essendo comunque già un fotografo di suo, ha piacere che nel futuro vorrà collaborare con bartender su una scala locale. Di conseguenza andrà a contattare eventualmente nei vari paesi dove farà magari una masterclass o quant'altro, l'eventuale fotografo, nonostante lui di social per dai bartender per i bartender. La condivisione sicuramente è imperativa. Questo sicuramente, secondo me, gli fa molto onore, assolutamente. Well, certainly not if you're in Super Mario, but if you need anybody carry your bags, buddy, you know my number now. Okay, we do have another question from our friend Charlotte. What percentage of your photos are done by on Instagram?
And Cocktails for You? Oh, fuck, shitloads.
Loads of them, yeah.
Shitloads. I think especially since lockdown. If you look now, so the lockdown, even if you look to the January, I think it's about more than 50%.
Okay, fantastic.
Serious, yeah, it's about more than 50. You're looking because during the years of travel, I built up such a big library of other bartenders' content. What I shoot myself, I took the pictures, and now I really take a lot of pictures as well at home. And no, I do a lot of content.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
even if you see other bartenders, well, of course, other bartenders pictures and blah 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 and everything, because that's a lot of it is when I travel and take in the bars and something. There is a case this also bartenders can send the content to the cocktails for you and submit it, and if it matches the style, we'll share in the cocktails for you. But now, recently, just the thing, just before lockdown, I started a hashtag Eddie Rudzinskas, my name and the surname for my content. So it's literally when I put my content on my thing, so I can track myself how much. And well, there's another probably 80%, no, like 70, 60% of the content I post on my personal page.
Wow, fantastic.
Also, and if you look, there's shitloads of cocktails. There's like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a lot of people think with the cocktails for you just take a picture and share. But I say usually people who think like that, they probably never look into the drink and never look into the recipes and never look into the who made the drink or who took a picture of it. And you know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
No.
I know exactly what you mean. One of the businesses that we look after is a bar consultancy firm, and sometimes we get to ask to do photo shoots. So I can assure you, I know exactly what you mean. Obviously, what people see on the various Instagram and Facebook only see the final product, but they have no idea of the amount of work that goes behind that. Even if it's just one single photo, sometimes
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
all the good of it. So no,
No, no,
absolutely.
no. That's 100%. No, there's especially now during lockdown, there's more and more and more. Well, the problem is now it's going to be harder to see me in the videos or the filming because that's the thing, probably going to be my second video shoot without me in the studio. Because I
Mm-hmm.
usually do the filmings because of the lockdown and thing, but I'm still picking a country where everything is available and we can still arrange that and do the filming as well. But again, always, even if you're looking at cocktails for your videos, that's the videos, all the high-end production. If I see, you always see a lot of new bartenders and new faces, and during these years we did a lot of videos. I think we do like a year maybe. I think the past years maybe 20 videos a year. Maybe it's not well, but I'm talking about that high end production. You know what I mean? Cool, and all the new things. Well, we did the videos with all the industry people. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Rudy Carraro, we did Peter Dorelli, well, and just many more. Philip Duff and etc. etc. So it's a big list to go on. But we did a picture, and one of the reels, one cocktails who you asked to use in the video should just be yourself. We don't like put a big script because if I don't know if you've seen it. 2 months ago, we posted one of the sexy videos, girl
Yeah.
in the red blazer, covering tattoos and blah blah blah. We didn't want to just ask girl to do the video and do the classic drink. Just be yourself, the way you want to represent yourself. Well, and that video blew, and I had even the women. Some women texted, "This is disgrace." Some women says, "I love it." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a
Yeah.
two-sided, there's so two-sided. Like a lot of people, a lot of women says, "No, this is too sexist." And well, fucking, it's not me decide the video. Just that was a women's choice. Another woman said, "No, that's amazing. She is so cool." I know. I mean, it's, so
Yeah.
and I asked the people, yeah, in the videos to be yourself, and so that's my idea to just try to bring in more bartenders in the video filmings and try to be yourself, just don't try to pretend because. When you start shooting a video and the key of the filming is not just to make that when you're making a drink is to capture on camera that character,
Yeah.
that
Absolutely.
character. When you capture, that's what makes a really big difference. That's what, when you watch that video, what makes you smile, that's when it makes a drink tasty, and that's what makes it really cool.
Assolutamente. Quindi la nostra amica Sciala ha chiesto a Eddie appunto qual è la percentuale di foto che lui scatta su Instagram. Ci sta raccontando circa il 50%, giusto per capire quanto lavoro c'è dietro gestire una pagina come appunto Cocktailsphere. Eddie ci sta raccontando, noi come Just One Drop guardiamo, ci occupiamo di consulenze e spesso ci viene chiesto di fare appunto dei photoshoot, quindi so benissimo in prima persona quanto lavoro c'è dietro un photoshoot dove magari il prodotto finale potrebbero essere semplicemente un paio di scatti. Eddie ci sta raccontando che spesso e volentieri si occupano anche di videomaking. C'è stato un paio di mesi fa dove hanno postato appunto un video di una ragazza un pochino osè, tatuata, eccetera, eccetera, dove Eddie appunto gli ha chiesto di essere se stessa. Ovviamente questa cosa non è sempre stata non è stata ben vista da tutti, alcune persone hanno apprezzato, alcune persone no. Alla fine, quando si gestisce delle pagine social non si può sempre accontentare tutti. For sure, you can't keep everybody happy, you know, when you're posting stuff, I suppose, you know. Perhaps there are people that would like to see more of something, other people.
Well, I tell you like this. I learned my lesson. Like before, I was very straight, and before, if someone just brings the negativity to the page. I delete the comment, and fuck's sake, if I see it again, bitching or making nonsense or something like this. You know, if a guy does a flare or clap flare and someone comments, "Hey, give me a fucking beer," you know what I mean, or something stupid comments, I just fucking delete them. And if
Yeah,
people, I ban them. And it's the first time this year I didn't fucking ban the person with the stupid comment. That's when I got caught and dragged in with stupid conversations.
yeah,
I
I
made
can
a
imagine.
I made a post, I think. I made a post that drunk lives matter, open the fucking pubs. And what do you think? What do you think? An hour after, I have a guy send me a big fucking messages and this and this and this and got upset. He says this is so much racism and fucking. You know what? I thought, you know what? The guy got so much upset, and I thought, you know what? I'm gonna remove the fucking post because he might upset someone else on regards topic. I removed the fucking post. So what do you think? He screenshotted everything and he wrote it again. He removed the fucking post because he's guilty. He's a racist.
Get out of here.
You know what? And since that moment, I said, why didn't I fucking block him in the first time?
Yeah,
There's a lot of negativity in the social media and etc. But also there's a lot of positive shit. There's a lot of fun stuff. It just depends what you follow and what you watch.
yeah, exactly. I think there's forgive me for the pun, but you know, there's a bit of fine straining to be done there. You know,
Yeah, well, what I do in the cocktails for you. So, no religious, no politics,
yeah,
and no gender.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I don't give a fuck or what is your religious or what God. I respect opinion. You know what I mean? It's when I say don't give a fuck, just in case someone not gonna understand. Again, and I respect what a person's opinion or whatever it is. But religion, politics, that's the discussions or topics I'm never gonna get in.
yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
not gonna try to pick because the moment you're gonna get in discussion, you have to pick the side. And if you're not gonna pick the side, they're gonna pick a side for you.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I try and keep out of it myself. Eddie ci sta raccontando, ragazzi, un pochino di, ovviamente, nonostante la sua volontà di postare sempre contenuti molto interessanti, vi suggerisco di seguire la pagina Cocktails for You, assolutamente, sia su Facebook che su Instagram, asking for people to start following you. E sicuramente è sempre difficile cercare di accontentare tutti quanti con i contenuti che vengono postati, perché comunque si fa fatica sempre a accontentare tutti. Assolutamente, c'è sempre qualcuno che magari cerca di trasmettere un po' di negatività. Io gestisco le pagine nostre aziendali, quindi è veramente, veramente difficile, ve lo posso garantire. Yeah, absolutely. The same rules behind the bar. Absolutely. Especially the politics part.
Imagine going to politics, but fuck off.
No, no,
No politics
don't,
today. No politics
don't
today.
even go there.
Oh my god.
Don't even go there. So,
I really sorry. If I look a little bit down, I had a really little sleep. So I'm just like.
you look fresh as a daisy, mate. Don't worry. Look, so, Eddie, in your opinion, obviously, I mean, social media has changed the game. You know, in the last few years, maybe, like you said, when I think probably in Italy, I was probably one of the first to use Facebook because having lived in the UK, I knew a lot of people were already using Facebook back then. Like you said, you began sort of posting about your experiences as a personal thing, but obviously the development, you know, the success that social media has had on all of us, I think,
Oh,
has
well,
definitely changed the game. How important do you think for a professional is it to appear and to connect with the world in social media?
okay. Well, there's so many advices I can give because there's a lot of advices I can give. It's from my own experience. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But whatever worked for me 3 years ago is not going to work for you now because the social media also changing and the algorithms and idea and the channels and the so everything have to be filtered. But I think number one thing is the content. Do you know what I mean? Like I says, if you're doing something, you can improve every day better, incremental, improve something. But there's a lot of crazy stuff can be captured on the phone, all the videos and something like that. You know what I mean? all these things. So I think number one thing is the content. Is again, can you produce the content? Can you keep it with week by week with the content? You know what I mean? Can you find the new ideas? Is like as a lot of people say, a lot of people fucking come up with a trend. They try to do vlogging. You know what I mean? They do vlogging. They vlog for fucking 3 days, and after 3 days vlogging, they have no idea what to talk about because they
Yeah.
already said everything in 3 days.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's so same with the content is you have a clear vision of what you wanted to do. You know what I mean? What do you want to target? What is the point of it? You know what I mean? And try to visualize it, and after to try to do something. Just you know what I mean? Just because you just thought one day I'm gonna make this fucking thing, it's just not always gonna work. So I think with the most important with the social media is no matter what you're gonna do is the content. If you're gonna do something interesting, people are always gonna like it. People are
Yeah.
always gonna like it, and if people are always gonna like it, with time and time, you'll be able to make it better and improve. And you know what I mean, improve things.
Yeah.
Nobody are fucking professional photographer, but the guy who takes the pictures with the phone, you know what I mean? Maybe he's gonna sit and watch YouTube videos and learn thing how to use the camera and just gonna buy his small camera. Maybe he's just
Yeah.
gonna buy some LED light, but you know what I mean? Invest 20 euro in a fucking light, which can improve your photography by 50%.
Yeah.
And the grow thing. But if he's gonna do cool shit, people still gonna like it. And people gonna just like more and more. But
Yeah.
if you're just gonna make a shit, what people don't like it, don't watch it. It doesn't matter how good equipment you're gonna use, or it's just not gonna happen.
Okay. Okay.
I always
Quindi,
say if you wanna do something, you always find a way. If not,
yeah,
you'll find an excuse.
absolutely. Absolutely.
You
Well
want a
said.
popcorn? Do you want a popcorn?
No, I'm trying to quit. I'm making
No, no, no. I have a gin and tonic flavor popcorn. I forgot.
only you. Only you. Quindi ragazzi, ho chiesto a Eddie quanto è importante oggi come oggi apparire per noi professionisti sui social media. Lui ci ha regalato dei consigli secondo me molto molto importanti. La prima cosa è il contenuto che andiamo a postare, che sia sempre interessante. Ovviamente anche la qualità del contenuto in sé per sé è sempre decisamente importante e la qualità del contenuto a modi di post e di video che andiamo a postare. A volte anche solo migliorare i nostri contenuti con una semplicissima luce LED o magari uno stand per una macchina fotografica potrebbe migliorare tantissimo quelle che sono le nostre foto e i nostri video. Okay, so Eddie, do you have any projects for the future you'd like to share with us?
For future, well, I have a one business idea. Not business idea. I'm working for last, let's say 4 or 5 months, which is honestly, I don't want to expose yet. This
Okay.
is a this is a my personal thing, and I'm doing it for another year. I think the biggest project I started this year, well, at the beginning of lockdown, when everyone was doing the live streams and seminars and this and cocktails for you were sort of floating about. I think I had the biggest project of my life, and I started working on myself.
Okay.
Been traveling for so many so many time and so many flights and traveling and changing the lifestyle from fucking traveling so much and not traveling at all. And in the first 3 months of a lockdown, I got myself a barbecue and of course steak, wine, gin and tonic. I think in the first 4 months I put about 15 kilos up.
I saw the photos, man.
I thought about 15 kilos up. I got my blood pressure was fucking over high. My cholesterol was fucking like an old big man's, and I had a stress, and I don't know what the fuck is happening, but I think during lockdown as well, I learned how to look in a different eyes, and I tried to find a balance and try to find an exercise. Try to look a bit more after yourself, so not always kill your brain on YouTube. Try to maybe read or watch something what is benefit for you. You know what I mean? Try to learn something. You know what I mean? Try to learn yourself. Try to entertain yourself. Try to eat better, something like this. And I sort of back on track. So I think that was quiet, but the reason why I think was in the first half of lockdown because I think that was the biggest project I ever done. I
Yeah.
just basically working on myself, and I thought if I can make a good job out of me, with me, I can make a good job with cocktails for you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. E ho chiesto a Eddie, ragazzi, se aveva qualche nuovo progetto che aveva piacere di condividere con noi. Mi ha spiegato che ne ha uno su cui sta lavorando negli ultimi 5-6 mesi, che però non può smettere adesso, però nel primo lockdown ci ha svelato che si è occupato un pochino più su se stesso, perché inizialmente ha comprato il barbecue, ha iniziato a fare le cose che mi sa che abbiamo fatto un po' tutti noi, no? Ho mangiato magari quel piatto in più, ho bevuto quella bottiglia in più.
Barbecue, vino, gelato.
Yeah, exactly. E, e quindi dai, ha cercato un pochino di ritornare a trovare il suo equilibrio. Sapete che Eddie comunque viaggia tantissimo e quindi ha voluto appunto cogliere l'occasione di questo lockdown di rifare, di ritornare un pochino ad avere una rampa. Eddie, unfortunately, Instagram gives us an hour only, my friend.
No, we fuckers, they changed it.
What?
Yeah, they did change it. Last time I fucking went an hour and a half. We changed it. I did an hour and a half.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
okay. I'll keep going then. I'll keep going. I'm happy to talk to you all day long.
Yeah.
So I mean, we've hold on a minute. There's a question that's come up. Murray asks, is there a central place to find? Is there a specific place to find good bartenders? I'm setting up a new specialist bar in England. Plan to take it all over UK. Okay, for a show.
Is there a central place to find a good bartender? I'm setting up a new specialist bar in England. A place to find a good bartender in England. Well, I really think if you go in London in a Facebook in the London Bartender Association, the group, there's so many fucking bartenders. There's so many gobshites, but there's so many good people. And I think if you type in nice put together question, you would get really, really good recommendations of the good people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because that group is a crucial, but also there's a lot of things going on, and I think they definitely can direct you to that thing. And if you can't find the fucking person, if you're seriously gonna go to the association and ask, and you're not be able to find the answer, you hit me up and I'll find personally the bartender for you, whatever you need.
Fantastic, fantastic stuff. C'è qualcuno che ha chiesto ad Eddie qualche consiglio sull'apertura di un locale. Eddie gli ha dato dei consigli appunto sul gruppo Wine Group. Poi sicuramente Londra è una grandissima, ha del talento veramente non indifferente. I think there are good bartenders everywhere. Certainly, you know, we have, you know, mixology, not capitals, but you know, of the world. There are more important cities than others, I believe.
There's a lot of great bartenders here. Always like this, it depends always how much you want to pay. What is your budget? You know what I mean? If you want to have amazing bartender, for minimum wage, well, maybe you have to find a young bartender who's very, very passionate about it and sucks everything like a sponge, you know, in the young days. Yeah, so you might get anything. But if you want to straight away have something with a shitload of experience and well, sometimes you have to pay.
Yeah, of course. Absolutely. Let's see. What did I see? Okay, no, we passed this one. I'm just coming up with
Antonio Oliveira. Faz me filha. Well, I know Antonio. I have no idea what the fuck this means, but I'm 100% just have to be cheeky. But I love Antonio so much. Kirtislenko, that's the guy from Ukraine.
Okay. I must admit, yeah, I probably have difficulties trying to keep up with it all. How much daily time does cocktails for you take away from you?
It always depends. It always depends how productive I feel. Like I said before I was starting using that platform when you pay like a 400 quid a year and schedule. Oh, for fuck's sake, I said that Kirtislenko is from Ukraine and he says from Crimea. Sorry, the Kir is from a part of a country where Russia occupied and now it belongs to Russia. Sorry. See politics. Go on, into politics,
politics, guys. No politics.
Yeah. Sorry, what did I finish? I fucking lost myself. My brain is not working today.
I said, how much time does cultural
Oh
sleep
yeah.
take?
Sorry. I'm not joking. Don't know what's happening with me for the last 2 days. Just feel like it depends on the day. Like before, I used to use a scheduler. What helps me to schedule. Like you pay about 400 quid a year, and you can pre-batch your fucking content for a
Yeah,
year in advance. You can make a 4 posts a day, whatever you fucking want. But it was so good when you're traveling, so you don't have to do Instagram and this and this and this and this. But I realized when I started using this application, less and less and less, I would start giving a fuck about Instagram.
okay.
Less and less because it's doing it for you. You sit on a computer, you do all the job in a, you know what I mean, in a one day, and after you do nothing.
Yeah, yeah,
And after January, because of a lockdown, I stopped using it and I start looking at content myself and I start posting how I feel it. Well, maybe it's a good, maybe it's a bad thing because there's maybe no consistency. But I just start posting how I feel it and how I feel the audience, how I feel the content, how I feel. I generally in the last 2, 3 months I felt more connected with the industry in a social. I'd say when I say industry, sorry, with the social media community, I start understanding more what's happening, what is the new drinks coming out, what is the old drinks, what is going on, what is the hype about it. You know what I mean?
mm,
I start back into it, and that's it. I think if a lockdown wouldn't happen, I wouldn't be able to reset myself and back on it.
yeah, yeah,
Because
absolutely.
sometimes, because when you're one band team, sometimes you get caught in one job and you just find the easy way how to do that job. You know what I mean? And you just
Yeah,
jump on another one. But I always used to say before, well, the Instagram and social media, that's what's rolling that entire company. That
yeah,
content, looking after the content and understanding content, that's the core of everything.
yeah,
And if I'm going to
absolutely.
start cheating on that, and just because I need to focus on other parts of the business, well, I'm going to harm entire business. So I don't know. Lockdown is all about a fucking reset, hangovers, drinking alcohol, and eating 5 times a day.
Mhm. Ok. Produce, produce. Quindi ho chiesto a Eddie quanto tempo gli porta via Culture Studio. Lui ci sta spiegando appunto il fatto che comunque adesso come adesso è molto facile perché comunque è tutto pianificato e pianificabile. Lui dice ho la possibilità di pianificare il contenuto che viene postato fino a un anno in anticipo. Ovviamente era tutto molto più facile quando si viaggiava perché comunque i contenuti venivano anche un po' più spontanei, la possibilità di scattare delle foto, vedi anche un fotografo, erano sicuramente molto più spontanee e molto più fattibili a differenza di dover costruire dei contenuti da zero. Fantastic stuff. So, Charlotte asks, where were you born? Despite
Lithuania.
the accent.
I was born in Lithuania. Some people who can't pronounce it say it's a fucking little alien. No, I was born in Lithuania and I've been bartending from 17 and I was working on ships on the ferries. So from 18, I was traveling already. And I didn't plan. I ended up in Ireland and I'm in Ireland about 13 years.
Fantastic.
And that's it. That's my fucking home now.
Ireland, I'm a fan. I haven't been back in a while, I must admit. But yeah, love the Emerald.
Sorry, my brain. See, I got a second drink and my brain started working active. That's how a bartender is working. So I'm working. When you said what projects I'm doing, what I'm working on a project. I still don't know what it's going to be. Still
Okay.
don't know what it's going to be, but I'm sort of built up in my house studio.
Okay.
Well, I had an office, which is office space. My office space is really cool. Like I have a drink to taste
Uh-huh.
for
Okay.
sip. If you have a boys' night, we can come in. We can. There's the 2 couches you can sleep in, and now it's gonna look slowly like this. So
Wow.
you have it all set up, and it's like,
Fantastic stuff. That what you
yeah.
cook with you?
I still don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I still
Okay.
don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm working at seven. I'm trying to. I think I'm trying to during lockdown to occupy myself with something I enjoy. I love
Okay.
gadgets. I love gadgets. I love technology. So
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely a nice passion to have, I think. You know, and especially if it can become work related.
Sort of, yes. It's oh, hey, yeah, Eddie, just caught the last bit where you're talking about a content. What is the company you use about your content? Later.com. That's what it's called, later.com. It lets you batch with Facebook, Instagram. Still good, really good. Lets you do it for all the insights. There's a lot of positive information. If you're working for a restaurant, a hotel, for managing content for the sort of these sort of marketing campaigns or something like that, so it could be really useful to pre-organize your work, or if you have a content calendar. But because we are bartenders for life, we are not fucking organized. We don't have a schedule. We don't wake up in the mornings and we go sleep late. These things doesn't really work for us. So we do what we can do.
So I have one last question.
Okay. Are you having a shot in the last question? Come on, have a shot.
Say what?
Have a shot. Last question. Have a shot.
Okay. How much of what you do now was self?
You have to have a shot first.
A shot of what?
What do you have?
I'm actually in the office of our bartending school. I have 300 square meters full of alcohol in.
Oh, okay. So, what's the strongest alcohol? Well, not say. What is behind you? What is the bottle behind you?
It's actually a product that we've started to produce. There'll be a bottle on the way to you.
Okay.
It's a Falernum made up of Jamaican rum, not Barbados.
Okay.
It's inspired by the traditional recipe, but it's by no means the same. With cloves, bitter almonds, lime, and ginger. 30% ABV.
Okay.
Nice. It has a nice kick to it.
Okay. And I'm gonna have the product I discovered 3 days ago.
Okay. Pietro Nicola. Nice.
So, so this is a guy. Do you know the Adam Elmigrab?
No.
Well, House of Botanicals, Adam Elmigrab bitters.
Okay. Yeah.
So he does this one, and it's a Pescara peach aperitif wine, fresh, juicy, bittersweet, and I was stocking up my bitters, and he sent me a bottle of taster, and the moment I tasted, I ordered myself another 4 bottles. It's like okay for UK prices. It's priced £25.
Okay.
Well, it's not cheap, you know what I mean.
No,
but it's not cheap. But I'll tell you like this: this isn't a fucking. I'll tell you like this: this isn't an Aperol killer. And when I say Aperol killer, when I'm talking about Aperol, I always think about spritz.
Okay.
So if you want a quality spritz to bring the fruitiness in your party backyard or whatever you fucking call it, this shit, it's so fucking delicious. It's like I could drink it neat, I could drink it on the rock. It's just like, just think like this. It's just, well, especially you're Italian, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely.
So well, it's just like, it's just think like this is like a peach flavor Americano, which is from natural products. So it's not that fake sweetness or something like this. It's just genuine, you know what I mean, sort of thing. And it's like,
I'll have to go search for it myself.
No, it's really delicious. Like this is like, I'm very, very skeptic about a product. I pretty much never accept people to send me a product.
Mm-hmm.
When people send me online a message and a cocktails for you, they say, "Hey, how are you?" I says, "Yeah, how are you doing?" I says, "We want to send you a bottle of gin." It's so fucking awesome, but we want you to make maybe a cocktail picture and post that in the cocktails for you and blah blah blah. And I always say like this, guys, can I send you guys a bottle of gin and you make me a cocktail picture so I can use it as a content? Because I said, I'm out the fucking alcohol I have at home. I could probably, I says, hire a few full-time employees.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
So,
right. Cheers. Where's the shut up? Where's the Falernum?
Yeah, I don't have a glass here though, Eddie. Okay. Hold on. There's bound to be a glass somewhere here, right? This is an office, man. I don't have glasses here.
Well, listen, that you didn't plan an office right here. Do you want to laugh? Okay. My office is a real mess because like it's well, okay. It's mess. It's fucking mess. But this is my office. Okay. So you walk in, you have a few shelvings. Like I said, you
Okay.
have a sofa. Well, I still have a cable, so I'm still working on the cables, watching them because I have a downstairs. I have a tiler, so everything have to move in the office. So I have another bed, so I have a
Resting time.
cycling. I have my equipment for photography.
Okay.
The
Of course.
sipping shelf, a gaming station, movie station, a
Yeah.
few plants, and my workspace.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So, and my office always has a glass for a water or soft drinks with a bottle of vodka beside it.
Of course. Of
A
course.
bottle of vodka is not for. I thought it was a cool idea for decoration, but I always have a glass here. Always. There's always in my office a glass or two glasses. If someone comes in, someone want to have a sneaky shot or sneaky drink or tasting, there's like I don't know. Does it look like a man cave?
It does look like a man cave, yeah. It looks
Well,
awesome, man.
yeah. Well, it is a man cave. It is like it
Awesome.
has the music, it has everything, and well, this is a space where I try to create something. The room what is not a bedroom, very relaxed atmosphere, and you can have whatever you fucking want. You want to
Yeah,
watch a movie, watch a movie. You want to play games, yeah. You want to work. Everything is designed to have that sort of home space.
absolutely. Absolutely. So I have one last question. How much is what you do now self-taught?
How
No,
many how many
how
things I
much
do is
of what you do now is self-taught? I mean, have you always been a photographer, or is it something that came up because you had the need to for Cocktails for You, for example?
well, I always had a passion for photography. Like I'm not a big passion. I don't have a passion to taking the pictures of the cocktails.
Okay.
Like you know what I mean? Well, taking the picture of the cocktails, I become a fucking drink stylist. I didn't realize I can stylist a drink, and I see straight away understand a lot of things. But always have a passion. I learn the things, but there's a lot of self taught. Like for a lot of things you have to learn from experience. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if you give me a book about social media, I don't know what I believe it
Okay.
because Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat and TikToks and whatever you fucking call it, I think they changing the terms and different ideas and different filters and different news every 2 months.
Yeah. I
So
agree.
whatever you're gonna read about Instagram 2 years ago, there's nothing gonna work today.
Yeah.
It's only
Yeah.
one thing. It's one thing in description gonna definitely gonna work. You can upload the fucking picture.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Absolutely.
yeah. So a lot of things is of a self thought. Even like it says with the ideas, like it says, I started in the cocktails for you ages ago, the fall of a day, and all these things like blah. And there's a lot of other stuff I started doing, and this and this and this. And I want to reintroduce, and I want to reintroduce, but I wasn't sure because I feel like everyone is doing it and think. And recently, I just come up with an idea. I says, okay, like even before I start on follow, like for last year, I unfollow every single forum in the cocktails for you.
I saw. Yeah.
So cocktails for you don't follow, and now it says right, cocktails for you from now on going to follow the bartenders, the mentors, industry legends, or really talented bartenders. When I say
Mhm.
really talented bartenders, really cool personalities, unknown people, or something like that. So I
Yeah.
started making it daily with people, and I'm going to carry on doing it. And I'm going to write about them, and I'm going to watch what we're doing
Yeah.
regularly. So
Yeah.
cocktails for you now started follow and making like it's going to be like a follow of a year, but the people from the industry.
Yeah. I've been watching. Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
yeah, so I'll be looking to think, and I'll be looking into think, and even I'm going to talk with some industry leaders and some bartenders. And I'll be asking some advices from other countries, from other bartenders who need to put on a spotlight, who never heard about it, but who are really really cool.
Yeah.
So that is the idea. So it's not like a top 100 list or something like that. It's just literally cocktails for you want to follow really industry people. Well, it sounds silly, it sounds big. Yeah, in a year maybe it's a 366 people. In a 2 years it's 700. But look, I'm fucking running this already 9 years.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
So I have a plenty of time.
Yeah. Absolutely. Gli ho chiesto a Eddie che cosa ha sentito il bisogno di imparare per gestire appunto le sue pagine Facebook e Instagram e comunque la piattaforma Cocktailsphere. ha detto che comunque la passione per la fotografia ce l'ha sempre avuta, non necessariamente il fatto di voler fotografare dei cocktail in sé per sé, però comunque è una passione che si è evoluta anche un pochino per bisogno personale. Ci sta raccontando che comunque oggi come oggi se dovesse leggere un libro su social media farebbe fatica a credere in qualcosa di particolare, perché comunque diciamo che i social media si evolvono in una maniera non indifferente, ogni 2 mesi c'è qualcosa da imparare, ogni 2 mesi c'è qualcosa da cambiare, un pochino nell'attitudine e nell'approccio che abbiamo nei social media. Absolutely, absolutely. Totally agree with you. Eddie, I'm going to see if there's anybody else who has any more questions. We've done this one. Okay. Okay. Eddie, unfortunately, this is all the time that we have on our hands this evening. Thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure. I knew it would be fun talking to you.
Oh, sorry. I'm really fucking sorry. Usually, I'm more lovely. I'm more lively and more fucking active to chat. I'm just genuinely like, I tell you, Chris, even if I would have had a fucking high temperature, I would come in here and do live stream with you because you're one of these guys who put so much fucking effort to set up live stream and you give us so much question and you put so much everything into very detail. So even if I'll be fucking dying, I'll be doing the live stream to you.
The amount of WhatsApps we've exchanged to set this
Yeah,
up.
so like I said, I really feel tired because I have a like a really one. It's like, you know what I mean. Sometimes you do nothing, and sometimes you do one of the shit weeks.
Yeah.
Like well, everything like is happening or this like so. So I have one of the shit weeks. I have no sleep. Can't sleep. I little sleep. I have workers from 8 o'clock in the morning doing tiling in my house. I have to be up and I have to be present and there's a so but I always say is that what doesn't kill you make you stronger and
Absolutely.
I might come back in 2 days and with my fucking liveliness of fucking low X or Instagram.
Ringraziamo ancora Eddie per averci tenuto compagnia con i suoi racconti. It was definitely nice to be able to add your name to the list, Eddie. Like you said, we try to spread the word of hospitality and bartending and the best job in the world. The people that you join are the likes of the maestro that was watching us, Peter Dorelli, David Wondrich, and many others. I'll be uploading this on our YouTube channel. So perhaps, there's people that may be able to pick up some insights and some really cool stuff that you've shared with us.
Awesome. And the guy's awesome as well. If anyone have any questions or etc. and want to see a bit, I'll tell you this, want to see a bit more lively to me, hit us up and I promise to do a rematch on this live stream.
Fantastic.
Because I really feel I wish I could give you so much more of myself. Because even though I'm talking my ideas, it's just like it feels like it's just thing. But I say like this. When I promise something, I always hold my word. So I promise you, we're gonna do a rematch on that one. We're gonna do a rematch on that one. And if we have to, maybe if you want to, you can hold with the. Maybe if you want to, maybe you can hold with the Zoom. We can have a call in the Zoom, hold on with the YouTube. And I feel when I find myself back a bit of energy, we can have a fucking blast with a couple of drinks on a Zoom and we'll make a nice video for YouTube.
Well, you have my number, so you don't even have to ask, really.
So, awesome.
Ok, ragazzi, noi ringraziamo ancora il nostro prossimo ospite lunedì prossimo è Nicolas St. John. Our next guest is Nicolas St. John, world player champion from France. So yeah, I'm gonna wish you a good recovery, buddy, and all the absolute best because you deserve it.
And it's simple, guys, because you can't buy happiness, but you can buy champagne, and that's the fucking same thing.
Can I find that jumper on your shop?
Huh?
Can I find that jumper in your shop?
Well, no, I got this from a friend of mine, Hunky Dory. But we have
Facile.
one of these, but we have one of these ones that says champagne, please.
Quindi, visitate lo shop di Content You perché ha veramente dei
Are
cappellini
you
fantastici.
based in UK, correct?
I'm in Italy, buddy.
In Italy. Well, we need to figure out because I had a guys with regards to my merch and doing things from UK, but all this shit with the bare Brexit and is going on and everything. I have to restart and figure out something else.
No politics, Eddie. No politics.
Okay, so thank you very much for having me. Thank you very much for organizing and putting so much effort and time, even if I'm fucking dying and etc. But we're definitely going to keep in touch.
Cheers, buddy. All the best.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao. Ragazzi, ringraziamo ancora Eddie, è stato veramente un piacere e vi ricordo che la nostra prossima diretta è con Nicolas Saint-Jean, quindi vi invito a rimanere sintonizzati per le nostre dirette e seguirci sui nostri social. Intanto una buona serata a tutti e ci vediamo molto presto. Ciao!